Hello, hello. Good morning. Welcome to another ES Futures trading stream. Today is Monday, July 15. It is 9:17 a.m. Eastern Time in the US. We have an interesting week here. Breathing hands. We haven't really kind of we have an opening of the week that was really high. But what followed after this opening, this liquidation, this market selling, is what catches my attention. Right? Now, in this market, we have a long liquidation at the closing just after market repair or made a new high in regular trading hours. All of these longs, weak mechanical longs, had some liquidation here, and that's what gives me my early focus for today. This spike here, not a spike, but the range of this period, starting from here down to here. Downside continuation, we see the market following the direction of the break, right? And rejection with this will mean that this was just liquidation of the late longs that we have here. Something to notice from this market, and that's why I still have the overnights here, is there's a lot short term inventory here in this market. It's been held by weak hands. Notice that this prominent POC, notice where this day was bought, exactly at this low here, another overnight here, and having here this low in particular. This is this day was a Friday that followed 4th of July holiday. Notice where this low was, and that's why I highlighted this area. Jim also, I believe Jim also does some mentions. I always like to check Jim Dalton's market update. He's highlighting this level, which is 56.16, I believe. Let's see where do we have that. That's the 7.8, right? This one here, the 16 here. Right? I do have this one, like 10 handles above, right? As a first stage, first term support, right? This is what traders will see the first time. This level is exponentially weak here. And there's no excess here, no excess here. Right? So the odds that this level holds is very low. And what he has is this level down here as support, right? But I would also consider this extremely weak because we have significant inventory here, multiple weak references down here, prominent overnight POC, and as we speak early, this low, very questionable. And this will be for me a go no go level in this market, because what this does is this is also the higher 10-day range. Higher 10 days. We have another range down here, 3-day range, but that one is in this side. Now look where settle is. Right? We have settle down here. Buy was made from settle. The break that we have in the opening, the weekly opening of the week, was basically bought from settle, which increases the odds of some sort of overnight counteraction or counteraction to overnight inventory at the opening. That increases that odds. I am still keeping this reference here, which is this spike here, higher prices here. I shouldn't. I always question if when I do certain things, if I should, maybe I should let it go. The bond market, we also have a selling. Okay, we have a selling, but now the market has opened with the gap which has been closed. The gap to the downside has been closed. This gap has been closed, basically, which increases the odds of the market. Now, so when the market does this, I always check this, right? Because this is a look below and failure. If it's failing, it may target this upper side. But notice what do we have here? We have short covering here, short cover, back-to-back days with short covering. What short covering does is weakens the market. Okay, so these markets are weak. The odds that we have some retracement here are high. And notice how you can draw a trend line here in this market. Not so much in the 10. Alright? We have nice openings so far, but still 5 minutes before the market opens. Gold is pretty close to make all-time highs. Pretty close to these highs. This is support. Notice what's happening with the dollar. Dollar is weakening here. Multiple lows here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 lows here. This is very, very unlikely that this level holds, right? We have a trend in crude oil. Notice, look at this melt up. Look at this. This is the Russell. It's unbelievable. All shorts. This potential here for a sequential trade, because you have longs and shorts, back and forth from the 20, from the 150 moving average. Shorts are being forced to cover now. Shorts are being squeezed. Remains to be seen if longs are going to have the same fate. This trade that happens here in the Dow, when it failed to get the opposite side of this range, remembers me, what's happening now in the ES. I should say the opposite, right? What's happening now in the ES reminds me of what happened here. When this market failed to take the opposite side of this 3-day range, and then we have a unbelievable rally here, and then the liquidation that followed was unbelievable as well. And now we have an all-time high in the Dow, we're all-time high in Nasdaq, we have all-time high in ES, questionable high in Nasdaq, very close to each other. So signaling the potential here that the high has not been set yet in that market. Also, we have news over the weekend, right? We have the assassination attempt that happened Donald Trump over the weekend. I guess that increases the odds that Donald Trump is going to be elected, but those are those odds, just only odds, increases odds, kind of like gathers their base, his base. I wonder what is the impact that can happen in the rest of the nation. But the bets are higher now that Trump is going to be re-elected president. And that's something the market is also pricing in. Now, for this week, we have a lot of banks, a bunch of banks today. I guess BlackRock, Guarantee, Goldman Sachs have already reported. First Bank, Service First Bank after the close, and the First Tech, Netflix, Thursday after the close. Relative to news events, we have a bunch of Fed speakers. 10-year action today. Our settlement happened already. Chairman Powell speaks at 12 today. Tomorrow, short-term actions, 20-year actions on Wednesday at 1 p.m. The beige book, we have a beige book on Wednesday at 2 p.m. That will be interesting as well. And that happens just before Netflix. Cool. 2-year actions on Thursday. 10-year at 1 p.m. And a couple of Fed speakers to close the week on Friday. All right. Less than 2 minutes before the market opens, let's see what this market has to offer. Well, I am not going to be able to stream for long today. I got family at home. They're going to be making some noises. I'd rather, cut the stream short than having those interruptions. All right. The most important thing to me right now is that this low was made in the overnight. Now the market is okay. I'm going to highlight this high here. All right, and the low of the spike. This is the high of this range. This is the low of this range. Market has not established one time framing lower here. It has. The Nasdaq is another story, right? I don't have time to do the Nasdaq to do a replay, but Nasdaq to me is kind of even weaker because the Nasdaq has was bought all exactly from last and the low, settle and the low of the late liquidation that we have on Friday. All right, market set to open in just a few seconds. All right, market is open. Oh, by the way, market is opening inside previous day range, which increases the also chop. Right, the closer the market opens to the center previous day range, the higher the also chop. The higher is also rotation as well. No, notice where overnight POC is exactly at these days held right here, held is opening inside the value area, which was higher than this day. All of the distributions that we have during this day, these 5 distributions we had, all of them were closed. Right? As soon this distribution was closed, the liquidation just stopped. All right. I got a sensation that there's a euphoria here in this market. Notice where the overnight high is. Overnight inventory is 100% long. Okay? Seven here. There were some unfinished actions to the downside on Friday and Thursday. I am carrying. I almost forgot about those ones too. All right. Rosen is about to break. Has a weak, questionable high. The Dow has made a new high. New all-time high. About 40,000, 4,500. Kind of lower volume we have. This opening volume is not that high as for example this day, right? How much do we have in the overnight inventory? 164. It's not that much. It seems that we're going to have a really quiet opening. The market is opening inside previous day range, inside value area, inside M period. Trades are very, more short-term trades are very emotional. How many times, for example, have you been short, long, so far? That's one question. That's something that you have to answer. That question has to answer to yourself. What do you do, right? Are you that type of trader? There's some times when we have opportunities early in the morning, and that usually happens when the market is out of balance. The market is not out of balance. The market is in balance. We have a 3-day range. Right? We have 1, 2, 3, 4-day range. We have 1, 2, 3, 4-day range here. Right? I do have another chart, another screen where I have a chart. This is my chart where I have these labels, that I use to monitor the market. I don't use these labels to trade. For example, I don't use this. Okay, I'm going to go short from this, or I'm going to go long from this. I'm going to go short from that. I don't have those labels to do that. That's not the objective, or that's not why I mark my charts. I mark that way to monitor what the market does. Because one of the first thing I want to know is first what the market is doing or what the market is trying to do, right? It's going to go higher, it's going to go lower, is this a rotational day? What it is, what kind of day we have? That's one thing. The next thing is who is behind the trade. Notice how this is really, really quite opening, for example. It hasn't moved. The market hasn't moved. And it was here, for example, at this level, like for 3, 4, 5 seconds. And sometimes it gets even longer than that. who is behind, right? Who is behind this the movement? Who is behind what's happening? And the third thing is, once if I can figure that, I can answer those first questions. Is the next question is, do I want to be part of this? Right? Do I want to be part of whatever is the market doing with the participants, with the type of participants that are dominating that specific session? That's why I have this reference here. The next chart I have is pretty much about same, but I don't have too many lines here. We just have a tendency that can distract, right? I am going to keep these overnight here because these are easy to forget. Having here in display, I can remember, whenever I see this, okay, this is what happened that day, right? This low is super questionable. And those POC is very, very questionable low. Have an all-time high as well. Look at what this high is. It was sold, one tick from this high. One tick from this overnight high. Notice the rotation way this market is having now. And traders many times they just get so impatient, man. They are so impatient. You are paid here to sit down in front of the screen and wait. Wait for an opportunity. That's what we do. This is like hunting, right? We just wait and wait for an opportunity. This is a nice taper that we have down here. At least so far. Right? Nasdaq. Notice what happened with Nasdaq. All right. And Nasdaq, this level, this reference in the upper side, this is even more relevant for Nasdaq because Nasdaq was one time framing lower. Well, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 periods, trending to the downside. With this high being questionable. Up here, notice where it was sold from. Also, we have this reference here to monitor for continuation, and this. Taking this one, I'm going to highlight this. Taking this high here ends the short-term trend to the downside. The ES couldn't establish one time frame low. Can you see? Oh, actually, it did. Well, you had the same thing. 1, 2. This is also very questionable. This one here, this level is questionable, very questionable. Same as in Nasdaq. Same thing as Nasdaq. Taking overnight high, taking M high, sign as the end of the action to the downside. All right, people is back. I'm going to call it a day. I will leave this stream up for a moment before I come back and say goodbye. Right? Check this out. Notice how we have M high up here. We just highlighted that this reference here, you know, and how the market is reacting to that. I mean, who sells from that, right? I'm going to open this profile. You know, what happened here in K and L is happening now in M and A. Now the same thing. This gives me an idea who is, right? Who is behind the movement right now. It doesn't guarantee that these are going to be the ones that are going to be holding or dominating the rest of the session. Well, right now, this is what I am watching. Right? Still, with also chop and rotation are high today. We are just 15 minutes into the first period and haven't seen nothing. Right? Now, the next thing, if there is something here, next thing could be the opposite side of this range, or specifically this area here. I want to see this area. If this area is used as support. These are different kind of trading here that happens here. You know, this level here, this little area that I have here, is not being seen by traders as this one is. Right? This is a completely different reference. Now, if I'm going to classify this as short-term traders reference, this will be a kind of like a more elaborated reference, right? And taking this area out. All right, I'm going to call it a day. I still haven't seen much here from this day. It's too early to say to have anything. Remember, this is an inside day. So far, inside opening, highs. I would say we have a high, but that, and the market showed rejection, these higher prices. That's one thing. The structure of the market is extremely weak, super weak. Nasdaq is getting weaker as we talk. You know, look at this buying coming from exactly half back here. So got to be very careful here and pay special attention to those references. All right, guys. Unless you have any questions, I'm going to call it a day and wish you a wonderful trading day. Stay safe. Bye-bye.